I'm sorry.
September 14th. There are days that feel like thunderstorms, and each day is one of them. It was always the same. The sun always rose and it always set, so I welcomed the morning and gathered enough of myself to make it through the day. Every day I woke up and stared, observing the world around me as it moved, seeing that every little thing was pointless. We were told to keep it together and to seize the day, but every day feels all the same.
I don't know what I was looking for. Maybe something calm or quiet. All I knew is that I had to be alone. That's what she was. I didn't know what led me to her. Perhaps it was the obvious brokenness I felt that nudged me to start walking toward her. I felt nervous for some reason. The way she looked at me.
I didn't know how to react, but I guess I was hiding it well. It was nice to have some company.
We started talking about the smallest things. Even though she seemed uncomfortable, she seemed to actually be curious.
He was nice. I liked the way he seemed interested in what I was saying.
I remember how she looked, starting to warm up.
I knew this rarely happened. I felt connected to him. We talked the night away, and for the first time in my life, I felt okay. Like I didn't have to be afraid. I felt safe. After that night, things started getting better. Well, at least for me. We spent almost every day together, and it had been nothing but good. The trips we went on felt adventurous and full of laughs. We played games and teased each other a lot. He was so full of life. It made me want to shake it out of him and pour some onto me. We had taken walks that were filled with conversations we finished through messages. He told me stories that felt real and true. He remembered the things I told him like the back of his hand. I could talk to him about anything under the sun and he'd listen, no matter how awful I could be around him sometimes. He made me feel as if I was enough, as if I was strong and invincible. I think I might love him. I wondered how long this could last. They said that everything was temporary. Did this count? Were my feelings too abrupt and invalid? I was starting to doubt what we had. It was just too good to be true. December 20th. I was right. Everything started spiraling downwards. It's ironic that it was Christmas season because I didn't feel anything but the cold. No texts, no calls, no signs of him at all. He just disappeared. It felt as if the past few months didn't even happen at all. I felt as if the world was caving in on me and it was getting harder and harder for me to breathe. At home, things were starting to get to me again, even though it was no different. Mother always managed to make me feel smaller and more inferior than I am capable of. Sometimes I just wanted to scream at her. and tell her how much pain I was constantly in. But that would never be an option. There was nothing more afflictive than the fact that love either leaves or stays to haunt you.
I told myself I wouldn't do this again. I told myself I'd never hurt anyone. But it was all too much. And it was something I couldn't tell her. Every day, I woke up and the morning welcomed me with my father's violence. He hit me with words. And they hurt the way that words hurt. Infinitely. They said that fathers were supposed to be firm like that. They were supposed to beat you into the man you were supposed to be. A man who worked for the greater good. But I don't think my father knew how to use his fists for the greater good. This is all too much. I think I have to go. All of this made me tired of being trapped in a place where the sun refused to shine. Tired of wrestling with my demons every day. Tired of pretending it'll be okay. And that's why I just needed to be
gone. He was gone. Love does leave. Everything that I thought was true was gone. All that was left was a letter. A letter that said,
"This was not how I hoped things would pan out. But being verbally berated daily, being met with all of these difficulties every waking moment of my life, was just something that I couldn't handle anymore. It was something that I didn't want you to know. But I suppose that just put a wall and a barrier to our friendship. I'm sorry for anything that I've made you feel, if ever there was any. And I'm sorry that I'll have to leave you like this. If anything, trust me that there's happiness to be found. But you have to find it without me. I'm sorry."
there are days that feel like thunderstorms. Today was one of them.